Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel, Probation Officer's Perspective. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to all so you'll be notified of all the new content that I'm pushing out. And with that, I want to thank each and every one of you for all your support. All my subscribers, everyone who's supported me, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. As you've seen in the thumbnail, it's getting active again. You know what I mean? CO, first High Desert, then a CO at Kern Valley, and now Lancaster. It's getting active again. You know, one of the things that I wanted to talk about real quick. Let's dive into that. I'll make myself smaller real quick, but then we'll talk about it. Because one of the things that people don't understand is a lot of people want to blame the California model as the reason why the violence uptick. Okay? They always do that. But if you look back 10, 20, 30, 40 years, you know, this isn't nothing new. I mean, does it have anything to do with it? Maybe a little bit. But staff assaults, inmate assaults and killings, stabbings, whatever, those have been going on for decades. So the California model that they're trying to do, yeah, it's not working. It hasn't worked. You know, but is that the reason why? I don't believe so. This is just it's just politics. It's prison politics, and it's also the COs and their code. But the new breed of COs are different. They are definitely not like they were 20, 30, 40 years ago either. They're a lot weaker, a lot more frail, scared, whatever. Well, let's dive into it and let's get on with it. Let me make myself smaller here. But that's just my opinion on that situation, because this has been going on for years. People want to say, oh, it's the California model. It's the California model. Nah, there's a lot more to do with that. Like these people getting taken out, it's not because of the California model. There's always been staff assaults. There's always been inmate removals. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. That's been going on for decades. So, not going to do that. Anyways, let's get into this. All right. So, California State Prison, Los Angeles County. That's what I meant to say. Officials are investigating the death of an inmate as a homicide. I call it Lancaster, California State Prison, Lancaster, because that's where it's at. It's in Lancaster. April 28th, 2025. Lancaster, the CDCR officials are investigating the April 27th, 2025 death of an inmate at California State Prison, Los Angeles County as a homicide. At approximately 7:15 p.m., staff observed inmate Kenneth Wilson attacking inmate Rene Rodriguez in the day room. Staff responded, quelling the attack by utilizing chemical agents and non-lethal weapons. Officers immediately initiated life-saving measures on Rodriguez and activated 911. Rodriguez was taken to the prison's triage and treatment area and then transported to an outside medical facility where Los Angeles County Fire Department paramedic pronounced Rodriguez deceased at 7:53 p.m. Officers recovered 2 improvised weapons at the scene of the attack. No other injuries were reported. Officials have limited movement in the day room where the attack occurred to facilitate the investigation. So, 2 weapons. Again, speculation here. I'm speculating. A couple different scenarios. Wilson had 2 weapons. Or Rodriguez had a weapon and Wilson got a weapon. And Wilson got the best of him before Rodriguez got a chance to use his weapon. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say. Like I said, there's other channels that get more in depth in this. I just tell you and read it like it is as news and go from there. So Wilson has been placed in restricted housing pending an investigation by LAC Investigative Services Unit and Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. Office of Inspector General has been notified, and Los Angeles County Coroner will determine Rodriguez's official cause of death. We already know what it is. Got poked. Got holes put in him. But my condolences go out, as always, to the victims and their families. But I haven't read this yet. Just like on my last video. Here recently, when I've been coming around and coming across these, I haven't read them. You know what I mean? I haven't read them before I did drop the content, the video. So, and with that, let's go on and let's see what the background is on both of them. Rodriguez, the victim, 51, was most recently received from Los Angeles County on May 7, 2001. He was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole. And here we go, right now. For rape with force, violence, fear of bodily injury. While incarcerated, he was convicted twice of possession and manufacture of a deadly weapon by an inmate and an prison offense by a second striker, sentenced by Monterey County. So he was in Salinas Valley Prison, Monterey County on October 8th, 2008 to 4 years, and Fresno County on May 13th, 2014 to 2 years. So, you know, well, look at his charges, man. He's got bad charges. So how he's went this long, 2001, and nobody, you know, took him out prior to this. I don't know, because I don't have it in front of me. I don't have his paperwork, but I'm telling you what the paperwork here says, and it's bad paperwork. But maybe that's why he has, you know, he got in trouble twice for having a weapon. Because of that, you know, maybe, you know, protecting himself because he knew he was a target. All right, let's get on to the alleged attacker. Wilson, 30, was received from Riverside County on February 28, 2020. He was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole for first-degree murder with an enhancement for being armed with a firearm. He was also sentenced by Riverside County to 4 years for possession of drugs, paraphernalia, alcohol in jail, prison, as a second striker, 4 years for battery on an emergency personnel as a second striker, 4 years for first-degree robbery and criminal threat to cause bodily injury, death, and 3 years for second-degree robbery, all to be served concurrent with the first sentence. LAC in Lancaster. I say Lancaster, I'll explain it to you. It's hard for me to change that because there's a town and it's called Lancaster here. So everybody that lives in that city calls it Lancaster. And if you call it Lancaster, which is the way, you know, you would pronounce it, then they know you're not from that city. You're an outsider. They know that because if you say Lancaster instead of Lancaster, and it's just kind of mixing it together. So that's why I catch, if you hear me catching it, I know how to say Lancaster, but it's because of that reason. Anyways, Lancaster houses approximately 2,900 minimum and maximum security inmates, serving as a medical hub for enhanced outpatient levels of health care, and provides an academic classes, vocational programs, and employs approximately 1,570 people. So, this is the victim. Ghost. It's Mr. Rodriguez, but like I said, Rene Rodriguez, but he's got bad paperwork. So, I don't know. Anyways, he's the deceased, and this is Kenneth Wilson, the alleged attacker. It's hard to say if it was related to his charges or what it was, Like I said, at any point in time, you just don't know. You just don't know anymore. Because it could be any one of those things. Like how that guy went from 2001 and nobody ever hit him. Although, he's strapped up at all times, apparently, by his record. But you just never know. Never know. It's part of being in prison. You got bad charges. You better put your head on a swivel because eventually somebody's going to come at you, if that's the reason. But more than likely, if that was an S&Y yard, it's hard to say. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys on that one. I don't have any other information. I would lie to you by telling you, yeah, I'm going to update you if there's any updates that come out on this. But we already know. I say it every time. They're never going to update. They're not going to say any more about it. It is what it is. But, sometimes like that, justice is served for victims. You know what I mean? And that's just it. It's prison. It's not Disneyland. And regardless of what some people think or say about the California model, this has been going on for decades. You know what I mean? So it's nothing new. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. See you on the next one. Hope you're having a great day. Peace out.